Yes, as you all know, ASUU, they are currently on strike. So ASUU is the Academic Staff Union of Universities. According to them, they are on a 1 month warning strike. My opinion about it is obviously, as a union body, which ASUU is a union. They have every right to go on strike, over unpaid fees, unpaid dues, and whatever. As a son of a teacher, I know firsthand how that can affect not just the students but also those that are, by one way or the other, indirectly linked to the education system. Obviously you have the first point of contact, those are the students of the universities. Number two, you have those that in one way or the other that are relying on the university system. So the university is not just about the students, it's also about businesses that are linked to the university. When students come to university, there are lots of businesses around that university that flourish based on that university just being operational. So it's not just the staff or the students, it's also those other people, of which there are thousands of them that are being denied the opportunity to not just read and study, but also to fend for their families as well. So my opinion about it is, in Nigeria, in a third world country really, which is where we are as Nigerians, it's like a culture, right? Every 1-2 years, ASUU goes on strike. A 4-year course becomes 6 years. A 4-year course becomes 7 years. If sometimes even 8 years. That's why if you have the money in Nigeria, most of the time people go to private universities, because at least with private universities, you're never going to have a strike. But for me, like I said, I hope it gets resolved. ASUU has every right to go on strike. My own opinion about this is it rests solely on the federal government to solve this issue. ASUU as an independent body have every constitutional right to go on strike. But as is the case with Nigeria, the government has a massive role to play. What I want to talk about in this second part of this video is the response of NANS to what ASUU is doing. So NANS is the National Association of Nigerian Students. NANS is a union as well. It's a union body that represents the views and opinions of students. So as a former student union government president, which I was in 2015, as the ASUU president, you're in dialogue with the university, with the vice chancellor, with NANS, with other sister groups as well. That's your job as the ASUU president. My job was, and your job as the president or as the students' union government, is to aggregate the views and opinions of the students and then present it before the vice chancellor or the university. So NANS as a body is doing the same as well. Their job is to aggregate the views of every student in Nigeria and bring it before the university, before the federal government or the government of the day, and say to them, these are the views of the students. This is what the students think. So this video went viral today, where you had the NANS president speaking with the Minister of Education, Mr. Adamu Adamu, I think he's Professor, Mr. Adamu Adamu. And obviously, what he said was right. You can't disagree with the fact that many of Nigeria's elite, their kids are abroad. Whether it's the minister, the president, the governors, commissioners, most of these guys, they don't really feel the effects of this strike. Their kids are in London, their kids are in America, in Dubai, in every of these countries. So even if ASUU should go on strike for 1 year, 2 years, it wouldn't touch them personally. But the kids of the average man and woman are in these universities. So I just want to read to you what someone called Farouk, Mr. Farouk, said on Facebook. So according to him, these are his words. He said this: I just watched the trending video of Election Minister Malam Adamu Adamu's interaction with the NANS and was disappointed both by the unproductive and embarrassingly infantile jabbering of the NANS presidents, and by Adamu Adamu's inability to rise superior to the provocative infantilism of the NANS guys. Lots of big words said. NANS misused an opportunity to plead with the minister to meet ASUU's demands so students can return to classes. They also missed an opportunity to ask why he supported ASUU when he was out of government, but has now become university teacher's worst nightmare in government. What does he know now that he didn't know before? Nas went into the meeting unprepared, and their president attempted to compensate for his unpreparedness by engaging in unprovoked yelling and poorly executed, grammatically challenged, melodramatic declamations. He said Adamu celebrated the graduation of his child from a UK university. I'm prepared to be contradicted and corrected, but this appears to be false. I don't know whether that is true or not. I don't know whether the minister's child finished from a UK university. I'm not aware of it. So maybe he's right that that was false. I only read on social media that one of Adamu's daughters recently graduated from a private university in Abuja at the top of her class. I've never heard of any of his children graduating from a foreign university. For me, this does not really matter. You don't really, in my own opinion, when you're sat beside the Minister of Education, which the last president was doing, that is a bit too personal. That is a bit, you don't really need to, in that scenario, bring that up. I think the last president was confusing the education minister with the executive secretary of the National Universities Commission, Professor Abubakar Adamu Rashid, who was criticized in 2017 for celebrating the graduation of his son from a UK university. But even that criticism stemmed from misinformation. Rashid's son was perhaps still is a university lecturer who benefited from a TED Fund scholarship, which, by the way, is a legacy of ASUU strikes, to study for a graduate degree in the UK. Blah, 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 and on he went. I think the main point of this is when he said this. I know it can be exasperating for a man young enough to be your grandchild to yell at you and lie against you while the cameras are rolling. But Malam Adamu should have shown maturity and restraint by not walking out on the NAS delegation. The French say noblesse oblige. That is to say, people who are privileged to be in a high rank have an obligation to be honorable, restrained, and generous. Well, Malam Adamu is also obligated to tell us why he is allowing this ASUU right to linger on, when he in the past consistently and vigorously defended the broad principles that undergird the grievances of Nigerian university teachers. What is needed now isn't more futile and pointless negotiations, but action. Where is the action from him? Students and parents are hurting. This can't continue. So, like I said, in my own opinion, the whole rant from the last president was, in my own opinion, so uncalled for. It's not surprising to me. Nance, as a former, I know this might come as a shocker to you guys, but as a former ASUU president, my opinion of Nance is so one-sided. I've never ever regarded them as a body that is polite or respectful, or may I say, guided to achieve what they are meant to achieve. But like my wife said, these bodies are what makes them are who occupies these bodies. If you had someone occupying NANS that knew what he or she was doing, they won't be doing what they were doing today. There are better ways, there are more proactive and more active ways to engage the federal government, not by being in a room with them where you should be negotiating. Not by shouting at them, not by trying to make go viral. My point is this, right? My point is there are much better ways to do this, and I feel like they miss just like this guy said, they missed a great opportunity to change the conversation and make their point heard. So again, guys, like I said, I really hope that this whole strike gets called. I really hope our students can get back to school quicker. I really hope that, because as a former president of the Students' Union government, I understand firsthand the realities of being a Nigerian student. I understand how difficult it is to not just to be a university, but also to survive the university system. It's very difficult as a student of Nigeria to survive that, because the system is built up in a way to frustrate you. The system is not built to make things easy for you, just like unlike how the UK system is built. The UK system is built to engage with you, to make your education easier. As a student in the UK, it's very much easier to read, to study, to excel in developed countries than in underdeveloped countries. So the long and short of it is this: I hope the ASUU girls scored off. I hope the will of the teachers, I hope, is met. I also hope as well that NANS can become a better body that can properly aggregate the opinions of students, and in that way achieve their fundamental objectives, which is to promote the welfare of students of Nigeria. So guys, if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like the video, don't forget to share it, and yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you for listening, and God bless.